Welcome back to episode 9 of Bullet and Banter, as I take another little ride out on the Sussex B roads to go and visit a friend. And here we are going through the pretty village of Cookfield as we head up towards the North Downs. A quick stop for fuel, and Edna's doing very well. She's running at about 65 miles to a gallon, and a tank full is about 15 pounds, which leaves both of us pretty happy. Today, I'm just outside Balcombe. Look, here's Edna. Isn't she gorgeous? She's a 2010 Royal Enfield 500cc Bullet. We're going to go and meet a good friend of mine who I haven't seen for a little while. His name's Tim Hain. He's a blues reggae artist. He's also full of fascinating stories, including an encounter with Freddie Mercury, which I hope he will tell us all about when we see him. So let's get going anyways. So from Sussex to Surrey, we're just going to cross the M25 on the underbelly of London. And here we are arriving at Tim's studio. And once again, I had the wrong setting on the GoPro, so I missed our big hellos. But nevertheless, we did get chatting quite quickly, as you'll see. That, Tim, is a Royal Enfield Bullet, and her name, can you guess?
Well, it's not Henry.
It's not Henry.
Henrietta.
It's Edna. Edna. After Edna Best, a little-known actress from Hove. Anyway, they've been building these things since the 1950s. And they've hardly changed. Well, here's the other thing.
What's the other
Not
thing?
only Edna Best was an actress, and that was a slight connection with the start of thinking of a name, but I did later find out, you won't believe this, is a Hebrew name.
Yeah.
And it means pleasure.
Whoa. Whoa.
So Edna is the pleasure machine.
Edna is the pleasure machine.
She is.
Wow.
Look at her. And oh dear, here we go again. I've pressed warp mode on one of the GoPros filming, but as you can see, Tim is fun to talk to and also a very reflective person, as he shares about some of the motivation in his book.
In the end, I write a chapter, Living the Legend, and I talk about what is it that makes a legend. Is it the fantastic skill? Is it the wealth? Is it the fame? Is it the notoriety? Or is it that in spite of all those things, that person is still in love with their craft, as they were when nobody knew who the hell they were.
Yes.
Jeff Beck, just, who I met and actually had a jam with at a pub down in Kent. And look at him. He's somebody who, in his craft, he was just getting better and better and better and better and better. He was always working on his musical vocabulary.
And it's lovely to meet people who've enjoyed huge amounts of success, but they're normal people. There are some around.
Yeah. Oh, there absolutely are. There absolutely are.
Nice colour, blue strapped.
Yeah. That guitar was given to me. Very extraordinary story.
Who gave you that?
Well, the day after my mother's funeral,
I was woken by a phone call, and all I heard were the words funeral parlour. I said, "Why are you calling me? My mother's funeral was yesterday." And this woman said, "Oh, well, you won't want to do this then, sir." What are you talking about? And then it turned out that some woman's husband had died, and they'd been looking for somebody who knew the music of Jimmy, she couldn't pronounce his surname. So I said, "Hendrix, yeah, there's a funeral on Thursday, and we need somebody to play that kind of music, because that's what her husband loved and that's what she wants." Which is how I ended up in a Roman Catholic church, 9 in the morning, freezing cold,
Playing Jimi Hendrix.
Playing Voodoo Child as 6 Catholic priests were carrying in the coffin. And I was playing wow, 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 wow. Then I sang.
That is great.
Then I sang that song. She didn't know I sang Don't Cry Because It's Over.
Yeah.
And that, she didn't know whether to laugh or cry, this woman. It was really sweet. And then the following year, when what would have been his birthday, she invited us down to play at a party in his honour, and all the relatives came, and she showed me his guitar collection. I played some of the guitars during the night. 2 days later, she sends me a message saying, and I was walking on the beach today, and I suddenly thought, you know, Les would have loved it if you could have his guitar. His favourite is that Stratocaster you like so much.
I'm going to just ask you something about your book, because...
Oh yeah, it's right in. I brought it in.
What is this?
Lap of Honour, a photographic journey with Sir Sterling Moss.
But hang on a minute, Tim.
What?
Did you write something in this?
I wrote everything except the forward, which was
You wrote it? I can't do this justice to...
It took about 20 years to do. Wasn't in a
So
hurry.
you took all the pictures in it?
All except for about 7 or 8 pictures. That's all these pictures I took when I was about 13. You know, I was very young.
Wow.
So I went back to Goodwood in 1998, and all I wanted was one picture of Sterling Moss, never thinking he would see it and that it would lead to this beautiful friendship that we had, you know.
Fantastic.
That was surreal. This was Sterling's 80th birthday, and he's about to lead a parade of, I think, 80 cars he'd driven.
Wow.
I took that picture when I was very young.
Did you?
Yeah.
Where, in London?
Yeah. Because he went to the first Goodwood revival, did George.
It must be fascinating looking at this and remembering the being there kind of moment.
Yeah, every picture.
The Sandra Bullock.
Yeah, every picture's kind of like a memory. Nick Mason's car, that is. Mr. Murray Walker.
Oh yeah.
Who was so kind. I mean, he not only contributed this book, but he was so...
Commentator.
Yeah.
So, Tim, what's the rumours about the Freddie Mercury experience? Did you hire him and fire him, or did he hire you and fire you?
We sacked Freddie. Freddie, he went on to become rock royalty. So what happened? Yeah, well, we had this band when I was very young, and this chap called Freddie Bulsara was looking for musicians. So he came to check us out.
What was your band called?
Blimp.
Blimp?
I don't know. So at the end of the week, he went to the guys, not me, and said, look, I'd be interested in working with you, but your guitarist is too sweet. And he was obviously looking for Brian May. So in other words, I'd be interested in working with you guys, but with another guitarist. And the band turned around and said, well, actually, we really like Timmy's playing, so on your way, basically.
So they sent Freddie away and kept you?
Yes.
So you were the trade-off?
Yes.
How fantastic.
Weird, isn't it?
Tim or Freddie? Tim or Freddie?
Yeah, strange.
But yeah.
Life is strange.
It has its twists and turns, doesn't it?
Absolutely.
Any of those guys, have they ever since told you they regretted that decision?
No, they've never have, I think it was kind of forgotten.
How wonderful then. Good. Well, I'm going to be on my way. It's lovely to see you. Thanks for having me over.
When I was a boy in my teens, me and my friends formed our first band. People told me I looked like a girl. One thing for sure, I wasn't yet a man. Then one day, a singer came to play by the name of Sorrow. Yes, my friends, this is the tale of how we let Freddie go. He wanted to get rid of me. He didn't like the way I played. I wasn't Brian May. The boys got together and said, sorry, Freddie, Timmy stays. We sacked Freddie. Freddie, he went on to become rock royalty, and now he's a legend. We sacked Freddie to think what might have been if Elvis is the king, Freddie's queen. I'm just a poor boy. You can still see me playing in the pub at the end of your street. But if I'm responsible for making Freddie Mercury, isn't it time that I claim my royalty?
So there it is, another great day out, visiting Tim, hearing his stories and this music of his, and seeing his wonderful book. So I hope you've enjoyed watching another episode of Bullet and Banter, and I look forward to being back with you again soon.